So now we are going to move on to drawing our corals. You should have picked one that you want to do. We're going to do two. So I've turned my page landscape because it's easier for me to draw it that way. And I'm going to put one on this side and one on the other side. You can draw a line down the middle if you want to, but I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to start off with a more simple shaped coral first for those who prefer to do that one. And then for my second one, I'm going to do a more challenging shaped coral, so you can also watch that. Or you can give a go at one simpler one and see how well you do. And then for your second one, maybe give it a more challenging one. Totally up to you. So I've got my HB pencil here. It is nice and sharp. So I'm going to start with the purpley blue sort of leaf. I've got it to the side of me on my computer, so make sure that you have it on your phone or something so that you can see it, or take a picture of it off your phone and have it to the side of you, because we obviously need to keep referring back to it. So I'm going to start down here. I want it to be about this sort of big, okay, not like tiny and not gigantic, because we're going to have to colour this in, so it might take you a while. So I'm going to start off with just one side of the leaf. So I'm going to draw the shape of the stem first, because I think that's going to be the easiest, and I'm doing this really, really lightly. So it kind of goes up and then it curves off to the side like that, and it has a double line because it's a stem. So there we go. Draw that all the way down and then connect it at the bottom. I understand the leaves will come off, but I can rub parts out. It's totally fine. I've got my rubber here, so we're all good. So I'm going to start with the left hand side of the stem, and I'm just having a look at the leaves. So the leaf starts up about that far away from the bottom, and it's kind of a curved leaf that goes like this. Okay, I'm just going to count the leaves. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 leaves, so I've got to try and fit 12 leaves in this stem. Okay, so try not to make them too big, but they do need to be a bit bigger than the stem. They're not tiny leaves. So I'm going to draw the next one because it's a little bit further up. Like so. There's another little one there that goes in a bit more. This one goes out slightly. It has like a little stem and then goes out. It's more of a chunkier leaf. There we go. And then there's this one here. You can see I'm doing everything quite lightly with my pencil, and this is so if I make mistakes, it's easier to rub out. Okay, and then I'm moving up to this one, which goes out slightly like this. So all of these leaves are going outwards, outside of the stem. So they're all kind of heading that way. Then when we get up further, they start heading upwards. So this one here kind of goes out slightly and then goes up. That's more of a bigger leaf there as well. I'm not sure if they're called leaves, if they're corals, but that's what I'm calling them. And then we've got another small one that's going up further up there, and joins back in. Got another one that's got a little leaf there, and it's got a little stem, and they're all kind of going upwards this time, because you can see these ones are going out and these ones are going up. Another one there that's more thin. Then you've got the last one, which is like purpley, and then you've got the one that sits on the top up here. There we go. So I'm happy with that one. Now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to do the right hand side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got 12 leaves there. So that's good. Now we are going to move on to the right hand side. So I'm always checking back to see how it's looking, where the leaves are supposed to be. Okay, so next one goes in between these two here. So I'm going to start about there. There we go. This one kind of is an odd shape leaf. It's kind of pointy. Then the next one goes opposite the fourth one, so it goes all the way up here. That one kind of goes up and out like that. There's not that big of a gap between them two leaves, so I'm going to rub that one out, and I'm going to move it up slightly because I've realised the proportion isn't correct. Right, so it goes up more like that. There we go. So now it hasn't got as much of a big gap. Then, so we got 3 leaves. The next one goes in between these 2 up here. Like so. And then the one on the opposite side goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goes in between 5 and 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes in between these 2 here. And that kind of goes out slightly. And then pointy at the top. And this one goes in between 6 and 7. Leaf 6 and 7. And then they start going upwards more. So this one goes up here. This one's more of a pointy leaf rather than it goes round and then pointy, like that. This one has a little bit more of a leaf and goes up and then goes out slightly into this weird shape. There we go, and each time I'm doing it very, very lightly so that I can rub it out as easy as possible. So if your pencil gets a bit blunt, I would sharpen it as you go along. The next one is kind of a small one that sits there and kind of goes up like that. And then the very, very last one goes up next to this one here. So I think I'm going to edit some of these leaves down here because they're all starting to look the same, which on the picture they don't look the same. So the bottom one is more of a pointy shape. So I'm going to make it more of a point. The next one up from that I'm happy with. This one I'm happy with. That one I'm happy with. This one kind of goes out a bit more here and then goes into the point. Like that, because all the leaves aren't exactly the same. When you see a leaf on a tree, they're all different shapes usually. So there we go. I'm happy with that. That's my first coral. So give a go at your first coral and then we'll come back to do the second one.